Okay, so did you guys see the paper this week about the Fort Worden PDA in receivership? Okay, so just like with the Cherry Street project, the city of Port Townsend racks up bills of millions of dollars. They use your tax money to pay for it, and then they just dissolve it. They knock the building down, they sell the property, they whatever. And they don't sell the property in time to protect public money. The Cherry Street project is called the biggest tax fraud in Jefferson County. No one was held accountable. Faber was there when it happened. He promoted his friends, and there was no accountability. And there's no way to have accountability. They just keep voting forward, and, you know, you pay the bill. So that's what they wanted to do with Fort Worden, right? So their buddies, people that they recommended or appointed, there was embezzlement, there was fraud. It's been in the paper for years. All kinds of stuff happening. They did glamping, or they did, you know, they built these things half-assed. They had no plan. They have no leadership, just like the city. And just spend money to their friends, special privileges. And then, you know, years later, when there's no money and there's huge loans, they just go, they don't even go bankrupt. They just dissolve the PDA. So they dissolve the entity that got the loans and did all that. The city council did that, right? They're all corrupt. They don't know what they're doing. Even the lawyers, they don't know basic law, it seems like. But you know what? The really cool, totally awesome people at Kitsap Bank do. Kitsap Bank said, hey, you can't just dissolve an entity that owes us $6.2 million. So they filed for receivership. So they stopped the city from dissolving the Fort Worden PDA. And the Public District Association, I forget what that's. You can, read it in the new article and all the backstory on that. I watched the vote and stuff. It was the same night as they voted on the Lawrence Street project. But anyway, so they filed for receivership, and Judge Mack granted it. So now all the assets or whatever's there is being seized. There probably isn't any assets, but they're not going to let the city get away with it. There's accountability coming to the city of Port Townsend on everything they've been doing. They go against what the public wants. They just do whatever they want. They think they're the city. I mean, this also in this week's paper is a letter of Trent Diamante saying about the golf course stuff, saying, well, if someone owns a piece of property, that they get to say where the houses go. He said the city owns the property. He believes that the city is Faber. The city is city council, but the city is the people of the city. So their arrogance and their corruption is getting called out. And Kitsap Bank, they ain't messing around. I like Kitsap. They're pretty cool. Anyway, so check out this article. And so the Fort Worden PDA is not going to happen. It's in receivership, which means they're seizing assets. They're not going to let them just dissolve it and go, hundreds and millions of dollars of problems like they did with Cherry Street project. Oh yeah, that $1.4 million that we gave to Homeward Bound and our friends over there at the Olympic Housing Trust and all those people. All that money that we gave them, whatever. No accountability. Year after year after year. But in this situation, the bank is stepping in. That's what you got to do, Port Townsend citizens. Yeah, it's going to take some money. Get with your friends, you know, instead of going to all these golf course meetings and everything. They don't care, and they're not going to listen to you. Just file a lawsuit in the court and fight them that way, because they're not following the laws. And no one's going to make them follow the laws unless you sue them. Just going there and telling them the laws, even filing an ethics complaint isn't going to work. Because even if they're found guilty of an ethics complaint, then their buddies, their co-conspirators, vote whether to get them out of office, and they're not going to. So you got to sue them. And that's what Kitsap Bank did. They went right to the court. I love it. Accountability, city council, and it's just the beginning.